Hello and welcome to another Nordic Takedown podcast video. Today I am going to do a tier list here, and so like so many other people have done, but it's fun to do, and there is like always different opinions. So we're gonna do the whole set of leaders, like both set 1 and set 2. The tier list is going to be on the leader specific, just the leader, not like the deck they are currently the best with. So like I am not gonna evaluate Sabine ECL, I will evaluate Sabine, right? So how strong she is in a vacuum compared to other leaders, in my opinion. Gonna use this S, A, B, C, D tier. S tier is gonna be the absolute elite tier, in my opinion. Like that's gonna be the elite deck. A tier is gonna be like really strong decks that definitely can win tournaments. B tier is going to be these outsiders that could do some noise. C is going to be like pretty bad. And D is going to be the shit decks, the shit leaders, in my opinion. Doesn't mean that they can't be fun, but they are like real bad, in my opinion, these leaders. And I will do some short explaining, but since there is so many leaders, is it 36 or something? I'm not going to like stay very long on them, and I'm gonna try to do some order here as well, with the most powerful to the left, right, as good as I can. In this one in the middle is gonna be quite hard. So let's start with Grand Admiral Thrawn here. I think he's somewhere in B. He might be touching on C. We have seen so little play, but I think his ability to exhaust people is pretty good. I do think looking at opponents' cards, like to see some of the future, get some knowledge of the hand is pretty good. He has a decent stat line when he come out. He's not amazing. He's okay as a flip and has an okay ability. So it's pretty fair that he comes to the okay tier. I am going to put Luke Skywalker there as well in the okay tier. He is an okay body when he comes out, 4/7. At 6, he has an okay ability with the shield. Might actually put him a little bit above Thrawn, just because we have seen Luke do more noise than Thrawn historically. Moff Gideon, I'm gonna put here in the trash can, I think. I just don't think he's good. I'm not going to comment that much more on him. There is worse than him. He could maybe be C and just be bad. I might be too harsh on him. Tarkin, actually 2/7. He might be... I might move him to A. I don't think so, but he's a 2/7 at 5, which is a pretty solid one. He gives an experience when he comes out. Otherwise, he has to pay for it, which is like... And only to Imperials. Like he's a little bit like a mini Rey in a way, which is not either the best. So I think B is right. And when I say mini Rey, of course, then Rey is also going to end up here. The question is she actually better than Tarkin? I think so. The restored 3 is pretty massive when she comes out, and she can actually buff some pretty nasty units like R2. To make him nasty, but a B tier on her, even though I think the Rey blue deck that is out there right now is an A tier deck, but the Rey as a leader is an A. Then we have Fennec Shand. Is she C or B? Like the ability to make some people ambush, get ambush. Ambush is a really good ability. Maybe she's on the lower end of B. Or the higher end of C. Let's put her C for now. Hunter is D. That is such a weird ability. He might be the worst one of them all. Kylo Ren. This might surprise people. There isn't really an S tier or A tier deck Kylo. Maybe like a slow A tier deck. But Kylo comes out of 4. He has a very interesting ability. There could be like, with more sets released, he could become an S tier because he has some power in it and with the discard mechanic. So I think as a leader he's A. He's a threatening one. Jabba the Hutt. I think he's high on the B tier list. Like Very big body, but it comes a little bit too late. The bounty mechanics like is solid, but not amazing. And since they are not releasing any new like bounty stuff, really, there is not really much more to support him. So I think he might be high B. Might actually like this. I think these two are better. Kira. S or A? She's definitely better than Kylo, in my opinion, especially right now. Like, but just as a leader, she could flip and kill anyone. That's kind of her strength. Anyone that has 8 HP or less, at least. Her ability is actually pretty strong. So maybe she's actually an S tier leader. There are better, in my opinion, than her, but she's relevant. I think it's hard to put someone up here when they don't cheat with resources. So we might move her later. It depends on how I feel. Cassian Andor. I actually think he's better than these, but he is real bad. Like, he comes out way too late. His ability is... Like, people say drawing card is good. Yes, but... You have to hit 3 to base, and then you have to pay 1, which means you will play off curve. Like, no, he's just real bad, in my opinion. Hera, she's not good either, but I think I'm gonna put her at C. I think the ability to play specters off, out of aspect is very interesting as an ability. And there are some good specter cards, and I've seen more damage done by a Hera and any of these 3 decks. Leia. I can't say that she's bad because the action cheating ability is pretty good. I'm gonna slam her here on the B tier for now. Who is this Finn? Yeah, he's on the bad tier. He's not terrible, but he's bad. Like, with more support, maybe he could become better, but and he's an okay body. I do, however, actually think he might be better than these two. Mando, very average. Yeah, somewhere along this line, I would say. Cad Bane, I'm gonna put him at A tier. Maybe on the lower end, but his 2/8 body is pretty good. His ability is actually really good, so no, he's not at a B level. His ability is really good with the Underworld trigger. Might be better than Kylo, actually. With current support, at least he is. I'm gonna do that. Afra, I will also say, is an A tier leader. She is not in an A tier deck or anything right now, but as more discarding things gonna be more viable, her ability to search for a card there, like with the random shuffle, is actually pretty strong. She will get some noise at some point, probably, unless they make some overcurved version of the same thing. Grand Inquisitor, he's also in bad tier for me. He has a decent ability, but it's an aggro ability, and he comes out at 6 and is super non-aggro. Like, his flip turn is so anti-synergistic, in my opinion, with what he wants to do. He wants to be aggro, and then he comes on turn 6. Aggro leaders needs to come out on the 4 or 5 resources, in my opinion. So that's why I hold him as bad. Krennic. I think he is A tier for sure. Maybe even he's touching on S. 2/7 body with restore, and a passive ability that always works with these damaged units, setting up for good barrages. And like he's really good. He and Kira are very, very close to the same power. He could be touching as S, but she has the, like, these two are filling like the same spots since they are like the same colors, but she has a little bit more, what would you say, potential, like a higher ceiling. I mean, in some situations. Krennic, however, is way more consistent against like aggro and stuff. Aiden Versio. She's also around here. She has a solid ability. I think she's better than these guys. I think the problem with Aiden is like 4-4 when you come out of 6 is too weak. But her ability is solid. But like she's also out competed by Kira and Krennic. Like blue and black villain have some pretty good leaders to choose from. So like if she was blue-white hero instead, she might have been played a lot more, because she may be better than Rey because she has shield. It depends on what you do, like what you want to do. She might be better than Rey. The restore 3 is really strong though, and like not being able to get out of the takedown. So I'm gonna hold her around there. Hondo Onaka. There's a lot of these guys. Also kind of B tier in my opinion. Like playing from Smuggle is pretty huge, pretty solid. His body is okay. Like, or like getting boost on Smuggle. Like, yeah, he's just okay. It's okay. Same goes with Shirut. He goes also in here. Like he can be nasty versus some decks, but he's just not broken or even good. Gar Saxon is also not bad. He's solid in my opinion. Might be around here. Lando is also around here on the B tier. I think he has some interesting stuff with the Smuggle to make for an interesting aggro deck, but he's not good. He's not good. So maybe he's in the lower. Like these guys have a higher ceiling maybe than him. I'm not exactly sure, but he's supposed to be in B. He's not like with these guys. Chewbacca, I want to put him on B for Jason's sake, but I do think he might be a higher bad one. Like the reason to put him at B could be that there aren't that many competing for his spot. Like it's Finn and Rey and Luke. Not the best at all. We have seen him win a store showdown though in set 1, so maybe I'm moving him to low B. Jin Urso, yeah, she's bad. And this is of course this tier list is for competitive like premier play. It would be different if the list was for draft. Then I would make some changes. Palpatine, in my opinion, A tier. Around Krennic's level, maybe stronger. He has a higher upside than Krennic as well. But he comes out late, which is his negative stuff, and his body is solid, but his attack is mediocre. Han Green, definitely S tier. Not Han Green, sorry. Just Han is definitely S tier. I think it's the best ability in the game. He can curve out whenever he wants, whatever he wants, like depending on the color. He is not currently maybe in the best decks. He was on set 1. It's a super relevant ability that's always going to be relevant in this game until he gets rotated out. So he's up there. Vader is also B tier. He's definitely better than Chewie. He's been a little bit outpaced as well here. I think he's somewhere in B. Boba Fett, S tier as well. Definitely better than Kira. And people are going to think I'm crazy putting Boba behind Han. But the reason for this is I think Han is the better leader. But Boba has way better support, way better cards around him, which makes his decks better in general than Han. Except for Han Green in set 1, it was better, in my opinion. But like, Boba's better decks, but it's not necessarily because Boba is better. Like, he has Boba's armor, Fet's Fire Spray. He works like overwhelming barrage, works so well with him and stuff like that. Both are cheating with resources. That's why they are the two best leaders in the set, in the game. That Han can do it every turn. Like, he cannot do it every turn, but he can choose always whenever it feels like a good play. He can do it later. Boba really has his flip turn. Otherwise, like, you don't utilize it that much. Maybe in yellow where you do a little bit more. Like, you don't do it every round because you run out of cards, just as you don't do Han every round because you run out of cards. So you get to choose, and I think you get a little bit more flexibility with Han. Then we have Sabine. She's also up here in S tier. I think she's slightly better than Kira. She has an amazing ability for being aggro, and comes out at 4 with a pretty okay stat line. So I think she's really good. Young Han is also up here. He also cheats with resources. The units come in damaged, so there is that weakness. It's easier to kill them off. This guy sends full health units, which is a little bit harder to deal with. Let's see. Bosk, also S tier. I'm seeing this. There is a lot of S tiers here. Maybe Kira has to move down to A. And the reason why Bosk is S is he's really good as a body. 4/6. Almost Boba stats, which people are crying about massively. But and his ability is good with the bounties and the potential to double claim. He has something broken that is so broken to have a potential double claim. That's his broken stuff. What's her name? Bo-Katan Kryze. Yes, it's just around here. Not much to say about her. It's a B tier that can strike and win tournaments locally, but it's probably not gonna win like a massive tournament, like the biggest. Ray might though, but Hero Boba is actually, I think, might be the best B tier deck. No, sorry, not deck, best B tier leader. Like +1 on the ambush when they come out, or +1 on sentinels is really strong. He's an okay body coming out at 6, so I think he's solid. And then we have IG88, he's just bad. Not ultimate trash, but he's just bad. Especially now when Bosk is on the same, like they are competing for the same stuff, and Bosk is just better. Maybe he could become a little bit better with all the droids, manufacturers and stuff, but no, I don't think so. So yeah, I guess this is the tier list. Let's see if there is something else needs to be changed. I'm actually not sure why I'm using this headset, because I'm using this mic in front of me. So let's remove that. Am I okay with this order? I think Sabine's slightly better than Bosk. Kira isn't, like, all these has a potential, like has this broken potential. I'm gonna move Kira here. Palpatine has more of a broken potential actually, but he comes out later. So I think this, like, these guys deserve to be here. Like, would I have another elite tier? I would probably just put these two, maybe Han, and then like put down there. But now we have to group it a bit. I think Hunter is the worst. Yeah, I played too little to actually arrange these ones, but like this is a group of not competitive ones in my opinion. But thank you for watching, and if you like this tier list or have any tier list you want us to do, just comment that in the comment section, and yeah, help the channel, follow notification bell, yada yada, all that stuff, and we'll see you in the next video. May the force be with you.